Happy Election Day to all who are over 18 and can legally vote. Here in New York, there's record-breaking turnout for a mayoral race, and maybe that's not a surprise given the stakes. Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani remains the frontrunner, but President Trump tried to change that Monday night, writing on Truth Social, quote, "A vote for Curtis Sliwa, who looks much better without the beret, is a vote for Mamdani. Whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job." Okay, I don't know if we would call that a ringing endorsement, but the man has a point. The beret really does have to go. Now, early voting data suggests a large turnout in the youth vote, and that's likely good news for Mamdani, given that they came out in droves to vote for him in the primary earlier this year. But if Mamdani does pull off his historic victory, a new survey suggests that hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers will flee. Maybe they'll head across the river to New Jersey, where the governor's race in the Garden State seems to be anyone's bet. Republican Jack Ciattarelli's campaign is banking on polls undercounting the Republican vote, hoping that that means his campaign will have a very good election night. However, polls still show Democrat Mikey Sherrill with a whisker of a lead. Now, President Trump is pouring money into the Get Out the Vote effort in the Garden State and in Virginia, where he hasn't officially endorsed Republican Winsome Earl Sears. When asked about that, one GOP operative told the Post, quote, "Trump doesn't endorse losers." Tell us how you really feel. Win some, lose some. He's betting gonna lose some. Politics is a dirty game, my friends. Now, as it stands, the only thing we can do right now is to get out and vote. And of course, I will have all the key results here for you tomorrow. Google is cutting back access to one of its AI tools called Gemma after Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn claimed that it made up allegations about her. Really troubling ones, specifically that she committed sexual misconduct. Gemma was asked if Blackburn had been accused of rape, and it apparently responded that the Tennessee senator, quote, was accused of having a sexual relationship with a state trooper during her 1987 campaign for state senate. The AI bot continued that Blackburn, quote, pressured him to obtain prescription drugs for her, and that the relationship involved non-consensual acts. Needless to say, this never happened. She says the guy doesn't even exist, but Gemma doubled down and even created fake links to fake news articles. Blackburn sent a letter to Google CEO Sundar Pichai demanding action, and after that letter went public, Google pulled Gemma from its publicly accessible AI studio. The company also noted that Gemma was not meant to function as a typical chatbot does, like its other product, Gemini. Gemma was built for use by developers. Google also noted that AI hallucinations, which I guess is evidently what this was, are an industry-wide problem and not limited to its products. Yeah, sure. But to be fair, Google's is the one that hallucinated a sitting US senator as a sexual assaulter. Authorities in Michigan say they successfully thwarted a terrorist attack over Halloween weekend. 2 local men are facing charges of supplying weapons for an ISIS-like attack in the U.S. and had allegedly been scouting LGBTQ-friendly bars in a suburb of Detroit as targets. Authorities say they were inspired by the Paris attacks in 2015 that killed 130 people. Mahmed Ali and Majid Mahmoud of Dearborn were allegedly planning to carry out the attack on Halloween night. Now, the criminal complaint also refers to 5 unidentified co-conspirators, as well as a minor who was allegedly going to carry out the attack with Ali. And the plan was apparently for everyone else to flee to Syria to join ISIS. Now, investigators say they tailed the 2 men for weeks as they looked for targets and practiced at a local gun range. Feds raided the suspects' homes and a storage unit before any kind of gruesome attack could be carried out. Authorities say that they recovered 3 AR-15 style rifles, 2 shotguns, 4 pistols, more than 1,600 rounds of ammunition, and a trove of planning information.
For more on this story and everything else you could possibly want to know, check out the New York Post in print or online. And don't forget, like and subscribe to the New York POSTcast wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube. You'll be glad you did.